Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and this is day 11 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, Season 10. I am so excited to share this sketch by Inez. It is an exclusive for this hop, and I am going to turn it on its side, which I'm known for. And I have these two pictures. I had to move that over there because I don't want you all to see the glare. I have this picture of my sister and brother-in-law's new house and us helping them get moved in. There's not a big pink blob on her house. That's just covering up the street number. Not that it matters, since it's not like I'm telling you what street it is, even the city necessarily, but that's okay. I've decided to use These Days by Coco Vanilla because there were a lot of homes and houses phrasing that would really work. Plus, I love Coco Vanilla. And I don't think I've used any of this because I don't have any scraps and there's nothing missing from this. So I'm pretty sure I've not used a thing out of this collection. I have got to use my stuff, you all. I bought a bunch of stuff in July and August. No, July, mostly July. And so I've got to use it. So I brought in these stickabilities because I thought this home would work, especially with like that paper on the top. And then this A Man's Home is His Castle. I don't know where that's from. It's from a sticker book, but I don't have any clue how long I've had that. Years. I'm 15, maybe longer. So I have my papers, my pictures, and this awesome sketch. So let's see how this goes. So the first thing I did was pick my colors out and my patterns. And of course, I wanted this paper with the houses on the back. And I love this heart paper. And I love this, like, it's kind of like a gingham, that yellow and white. So I'm checking out this cut apart sheet because you have two of each in this collection. And I'm thinking I might use this strip of homes, like the houses, instead of the scallop that she has on her sketch. I thought this would work, and so I cut that off. And then I'm going to use half of this remaining piece right here. So I'm looking at the cut aparts to see which ones I feel like I could use the most, so that I can use the other side for the background paper, the pink with the hearts. So I set that aside, and then I'm going to trim this yellow because this is going to be the inside. And it looks like her inside is probably, sometimes it's hard to tell, like the dimensions. And the whole point of a sketch is really just to get an inspired and an idea. So I pretty much follow her sketch, minus the turning it on its head. I do gut this paper. Isn't that adorable? I love this paper. So cute. And would be really fun to fussy cut, but I didn't want to do that because I do have some houses in my ephemera stash. So I just got the middle of it so that I can use that for something if I want to. So I set that piece aside, and I'm going to trim my pictures. And I thought about trimming the first one of the moving van, and then I realized that I want it to be the same size as the house, and I can only trim a smidge off unless I lose some of the house. And I pull out these heart-shaped doilies to be my scallops. Look how great I love how that turned out. I was looking for something and found those, and actually I was looking for a round doily to go in the bottom where that circle feature is in the sketch, and found these heart-shaped doilies and thought, oh my gosh, I think that'll look really cute up there. I have to say, I agree. So this is the back of the house paper. It's like a white and black floral. And I'm going to use that for the piece that's coming out, like where it has the notebook paper. And I trim a piece off because I want it to extend further than it would if I just left it at that size. It would barely come out on either end. So I'm going to tuck this one in on the right. And then I'm going to use that other side, and I'm going to get out my punch from EK Success. And I'm going to make that into that notebook paper. Because I love that feature, and I love that punch. I wanted one really bad. My friend Tara sent me one, And I didn't know she sent it as a surprise, and I bought myself one at the same time, but they're different. So that's exciting. So now I have two different kinds. I'm still perfecting my punching ability because I got to line it up and count. And I'm sorry if I make you watch this whole process because, like I said, I count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, click. So overall, this layout didn't take me a terrible long time. Maybe 50 minutes, and a lot of that is faffing around when I'm doing videos, especially for this one because this is the one that I am getting featured by Christy with Christy's Beautiful Life today, along with some other lovely creatives. And so, you know, you always want to put your best foot forward. And this is my very first layout being created for 30 Days of Sketches. Because to be honest, I'm creating this in August. So I'm not normally that far ahead, but just this one time, just for Christy. So I get that done and I rough it up some because I don't want it to just be flat on the page. I think that torn look is really neat. So I rough it up, and I'm going to rough it up a little bit more once I get it laid down, but not a ton. And I'm using that side of the paper to get it kind of even. Yes, I have a T-ruler. I totally could have used, but I didn't. And when I put those doilies in there, I trim a little off the sides of it. You can kind of see right there because where it's curved out, it was coming over, and I wanted the curve to go as far over as I could. So right now it looks kind of like a weird layout, and I will take some paper or a bit of washi to go around that square in the back. So see, I love how that turned out, and that blue is the same blue that's in this collection. So that made it even better. So in the layout or the sketch, she has this piece going up above this the punched out paper, but since I cut mine, I didn't want to do that. And she also has like another strip of something going down on the right side. I think it's tucked underneath that the punched out paper. But I think because there's such a small amount of space between the white paper and the yellow and then the house border in the back, I decided not to put anything there. And now I'm just going to get my ephemera and see what I can work with. So the title on this sketch is over here. Of course, it should be on that punched out paper, except if I put it the way they have it in the sketch, it would be sideways. So I am going to put it there, but I'm going to have it coming the other direction. It's going to overlap with the picture a little bit. And then I have like a subtitle kind of that I'm going to put down in the bottom right corner where that circle embellishment is on the sketch. So far, I love this. I love this collection. I have fallen in love with Cocoa Vanilla. So I have 3 different collections from them and fully plan on getting any new ones if they're up my alley. You know, like I love 49 and Market, and something that they had out not that long ago. I didn't really like the color scheme very well. It wasn't something I normally work with, but it was beautiful papers. It just wasn't something I would have been drawn to. So, but these 3, No Limits, I scrapbook my son and my male dog more than anything. Speaking of my dog, it's like I said his name and he barked. And so anyway, I am putting the subtitle. Sorry, my dog's losing his marbles over here. What is going on with you, buddy? So I'm putting the subtitle down here in the bottom corner, and it's going to have a house. And originally I pulled the yellow house because I wanted to bring in the yellow from that background paper. But after I get it down there and I'm starting to look at it, I realized it said cafe on it, and that wasn't really going to fit. And I couldn't find a way to really cover it that would look right to me. So I decided to change it out, and I think I ended up with a little blue house. And it says sweet on it, which works perfectly for me. So this says this life, because I didn't want, there's obviously the word home on there. I thought about doing lovely home, but I'm already doing like a home thing down here towards the bottom. So I didn't want to do home, 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 home everywhere. So I do this life. I'm going to tuck this butterfly here, kind of like they have a flower, or she has a flower on that sketch. And then I fold up the wings and kind of crumple them a little bit so that there's some dimension there. And I love the way that looks. And I'm going to do that with both of those. So then I am going to put the house down here. And there's like this little almost for sale sign that says home. And that is so cute. So I'm going to tuck that in next to the house. And when I do that, I realize, oh, my dog just scared himself. When I would do that, I realized that it then kind of looks like it says sweet home. So I grabbed this little ephemera bit over here that says home, and I'm going to put it on the other side of the house. So then it's going to say home sweet home, which I thought was really cute. Not that I'm tooting my own horn, you all, but I was really excited that I found that, and it just kind of worked out that way. And then I'm going to put this little peachy pink colored butterfly over here. So instead of florals, I'm going to do the butterflies. And so I'm going to put those down, and I do the same thing to all three of them where I kind of pull them up, and so that they've got that dimension. And I really do love the way that it turned out. I didn't add any inking to this, and I did think this top corner was a little boring looking. So I pulled a tree out of the ephemera bit, I tuck it in right here, and then I take a tree from the puffies and I put it in, kind of covering that little gap right there. And I really like the way that that looks, and I thought I got to find some more puffies on here, so I pull some hearts off, and I'm going to make a little cluster of 3 hearts. And I think that might be it with the puffies. Yeah. So after that, I am going to, here's the only mixed media, I suppose you would say, I bring in. This is Stickles, and it is a clear, kind of shiny. It is called Stardust. And I loved the look of it because it doesn't detract from the colors or the patterns or anything, but up close, you know, in person, you can see the shine from the glittery Stickles. So then I realized I haven't used a single thing for my accessory sheet, and I haven't used the Paper Studios. And because I picked these papers, that one that says home on it doesn't work because it's got a dark teal, which was on that stripe paper in the beginning, but not on any of these. So I didn't use that, but there's that little word love, and I went ahead and used that in that little cursive, tucked it under that tree, and I thought that was fitting. And then this, A Man's Home is His Castle. I kind of fussy cut it out because it was on a big clear sticker, and I didn't want that shine there, so I just kind of cut all the extra clear sticker from around it out of there. And then I have this little piece from the ephemera kit, and it says something about it being a good day, or this is the good stuff. And I put that there over my sister's dead grass. I didn't think she'd mind. And then I think I pulled a couple little word phrases off. And I want to put a word phrase up there by that tree, like in the tree, kind of into the sky of the picture. The first time I put it up there, it looked weird. So then I finally finagled and worked with it for a minute. And I put one down there by the house. And then I'm going to put one up there on the tree. And I can't remember what they say, but we'll find out when we get to the close-ups. One of them says something like a lot, it's a lot, or so much, or something like that. Because, you know, when you move into a house, that's what you think is, where did all this stuff come from? I have more stuff than I know what to do with. So, believe me, I know, we just moved. So I kind of fought with this because originally I was going to put it right near the puffy, but then it goes over the house and I didn't like that. So I kind of check out a couple other places to put it and end up back up at the tree where I originally had planned on putting it. And it just kind of goes into the sky instead of overlapping with the house. Love you too. And so I think that is it. I'm going to share the close-ups. Sorry for the crazy layout and all the distractions in the house. Yeah, so much. I thought that was really funny and fitting. I mean, I do love my sister so much, but also she had so much stuff, right? And so there is the pictures. There is the close-ups. I love how this turned out. It is so much fun to work with these new papers that I've not used before. And I am really excited for 30 days of sketches, as well as last month for Scrap Timber. I am going to be documenting, or have been documenting, 2018, which is the chronological year I am working on right now, as well as trying to stay up to date-ish with 2022. So that is it. I hope you all will go check out the playlist linked below for all the people who are following along with Christy's Beautiful Life and the 30 days of sketches for season 10. And I hope you all will come back and see me again, because my plans to be here every day. Have a great day and happy scrapping.